Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rev It Up, episode 21. Today, we'll go over results from the Topless 100 and local results from Deer Creek, Winneshiek Raceway, Chateau, and Fairmont. And then we'll look forward to the Iowa Speed Weeks, which brings the Castro Flow Racing Night in America to the Mason City Motor Speedway, as well as the Marshalltown Speedway and Maquoketa. I also failed to mention that we'll look at results from Mason City from this past week, but we'll look at those too. But let's get into Rev It Up. Are you looking for speed on the track? Well, I have a solution for you, and that solution is Rage X. Get a hold of Harley Dice or Jake Tim today. They make B mods and A mods. And the best thing about Rage X is they don't just give you your car and send you off. They give you technical support with everything you need, and they're racers too. They'll help you throughout the season. So find your speed with Rage X chassis. You can find them at Rage X on Facebook. This podcast is brought to you by the Cresco Speedway. The Cresco Speedway's Labor Day Classic is set for September 6th. They have 7 featured classes. The featured class is the Tri-State Late Models, the baddest late models out of South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota. Also, USRA Modifieds, USRA Stock Cars, USRA B-Mods, USRA Hobby Stocks, USRA Tuners, and Eco Mods. USRA points awarded. Gates open at 5 o'clock, hot laps at 6. Grandstands $25, pits $30. Bring a friend, bring your neighbor, bring everybody to the fastest track in Northeast Iowa. We'll see you at the races. First results we have is from the Fairmont Raceway, the USRA Hobby Stocks. Jonathan Hines gets his first career win out of Wanamingo, Minnesota, and up 3 positions, and Parker Anderson will come in second. Jeremy Wagner will come in third. Brody Adams will come in fourth. Craig Fowler will come in fifth. And Cameron Jurgens will come in sixth. USRA B-Mod results at Fairmont Raceway look like Ty Griffith out of Blairsburg, Iowa, picking up the win. He's a past USRA champion, so he's a great runner as himself. James Greikirk will come home second. Clay Beamer will come home third. Jacob Corky will come home fourth. Tanner Kosker will come home fifth. Kenley Beamer will come home sixth. Jaden Orkidson will come home seventh. Aaron Fulton will come home eighth. Jason Protmnak will come home ninth. And Randy Winter will come home 10th. The Green Machine, Derek Green, the USRA stock car winner, up 3 spots. Chance Larson out of Welcome, Minnesota, will come home second. Gavin Bussinger will come home third. Luke Sadloff will come home fourth. Kate Lehrer will come home fifth. Ben Peterson will come home sixth. Logan Dragenmuller will come home seventh. Justin DeBoer will come home eighth. Clayton Lurch will come home ninth. And Mila Johnson will come home 10th. Picking up the win in the USRA Modifieds will be Alex Williamson, the Iceman, just by a nose over the Dice Man, Harley Dice. Taylor Ozerud will come home third. Roger Nielsen will come home fourth. Dustin Wiederhoff will come home fifth. Lyle Sadloff sixth. Ron Garrison Jr. will come home seventh. And Lee Beamer will round out the field. Chateau Speedway results. The B-Mods look like Jamie Hiller out of Waseca picking up the win. Behind him will be Michael Johnson out of Austin, Minnesota, previously out of California. Jet Sorensen out of Rochester, Minnesota, picking up third place, I should say. Up 5 positions. Good run there for Jet. Michael Wojtowski will come home fourth. Matthew Stelter will come home fifth from Nelcher, Nesco, Wisconsin. Riley Grinstead will come home sixth, up 3 spots. Brian Schott will come home seventh from Red Wing, Minnesota. And Jeremy Messagen out of New Richmond, Minnesota will come home eighth. Dylan LaPlace from Charles City, Iowa will come home ninth. And Josh Maddock will round out the top 10. Jason Newkirk is your USRA Hobby Stock winner. Following him out of Cresco, Iowa, that'll be the 64 of Terry Quam. Dakota Koenig will go up 5 to get third. Max Schumacher from Maiden Rock, Wisconsin, in the 73 car will get fourth. Andy Kronberg from Bryson, Minnesota will get fifth. Michael Wick from Faribault will get sixth. Jack Moss from Faribault will get seventh. Jack Paulson from Molson, Minnesota will get 8th. Caden Merton from Hollandale, Minnesota will get 9th. And Chassie Johnson, the Niner from Austin, will get 10th. USRA stock car results. Travis Shipman out of Mason City, Iowa, up with the win, up 5 spots. Ross Spitzer out of Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, up 2 spots. Brady Williamson out of Rushford, Minnesota, with will go up 8 spots to get third. Stacy Kronberg from Walters will finish fourth. Andrew Eichens will finish fifth. BJ Ducey from Faribault will finish sixth. Casey Kelch from Caledonia, Minnesota, up 5 spots to finish seventh. Brett Holland from Glenville, Minnesota, will finish eighth, up 6 spots. Patrick Ducey from Faribault, Minnesota, will finish ninth. And Chris Hovden from Cresco will round out the top 10. Deer Creek Speedway results. Luke Schluter from New Hampton, Iowa, picking up the win, up 7 spots. Jason Newkirk from Austin will come home second. Dakota Koenig from Cochrane, Wisconsin will come home third. Parker Anderson from Welcome, Minnesota will go up 6 spots to finish fourth. Gavin Bartel will finish fifth. Ryan Gorgelson out of Stacyville will finish sixth. Caden Helly from Garnerville up 5 spots to finish seventh. Travis Krause from Buffalo City will finish eighth. Jacob Munson from Clear Lake will finish ninth. And Joshua Munson, the money man, will finish 10th. USRA stock car results. Jacob Blease out of Chatfield, Minnesota will come home with the win. Kelly Shryock will come home second out of Fertile. Braden Jerry out of Mabel will come home third, up 3 spots. Travis Shipman out of Mason City will come home fourth. Braden Brower will come home fifth. Levi Sand will come home sixth. Jake James will come home seventh, up 8 spots. And Brandon Harrell will come home eighth. Chris Toot will come home ninth. And Corey Adams will round out the top 10. USRA my results. 13-year-old Miken Iverson picks up a win at Deer Creek Speedway. He led the whole feature, and that kid is a wheelman. Noah Grinstead will come home second, up 2 spots. Grady Dunbar, another young man that can really drive a car, he'll come home third. Christopher Dino will come home fourth. Hunter Kennedy will come home fifth, up 3 spots. Caden Kath will come home sixth. Dennis Dunbar will come home seventh, up 6 spots. Scott Demmer will come home eighth. Riley Grinstead will come home ninth. And Jet Sorensen will round out the top 10. USRA modified results. Jacob Blease picks up the win in that as well, also picking up the win in the stock cars. Blease up 2. Jim Chisholm will come home second. Nick Murgic up 3 spots. And Keith Foss up 4. Zach Brom will come home fifth. Parker Hill will come home sixth. Harley Dice will come home seventh, up 2 spots. Blake Arndt will come home eighth, up 6 spots. Joe Ludeman will come home ninth. And Brian Shaw will come up 10th, up 6 spots. Topless 100 results. Former USMTS standout Dan Ebert picks up the win, up 10 spots. Dale McDowell will come home second, up 7. Jonathan Davenport will come home third, up 2. Clay Stuckey will come home fourth, up 11. Brandon Shepard will come home fifth, up 13. Ricky Thorin Jr. will come home 6th. Hudson O'Neill will come home 7th. Chris Ferguson will come home 8th, up 9 spots. Brandon Smith will come home 9th. And Brandon Overton will round out the top 10. Winneshiek Raceway results. Scott Spildy picks up the win. Joshua Ludeking will come home second. Junior Boyer will come home third, up 3 spots. Oliver Schott will come home fourth. Steve Larson will come home fifth. Ryan Crooks will come home sixth. Michael Miner will come home seventh. BJ Dahl will come home eighth, up 4 spots. Chris Dahl will come home ninth, up 4 spots. Brandon Wilker will round out the top 10. B-Mod results look like Taylor Skauge keeping his dominant season going, up 2 spots to pick up the win. Troy Hovey will come home second, up 6 spots. Dale Schwaman will come home third, up 2. Kyle Anderson will come home fourth. Travis Schulbach fifth. Nathan Butterfield will come home sixth. Lily Reps will come home seventh, up 4 spots. Ashton Pankow will come home eighth. Braden Schaffenbiel will come home ninth. And Keegan Eink will come home 10th. There were 2 features ran in the USRA Tuners. It looked like Brad Stahl picking up the win in the first one, Perry Kessel coming home second, Dylan Reilly coming home third, Dalton Fells coming home fourth, Nolan Lurch coming home fifth, Tom Kessel coming home sixth, Landon Bruce coming home seventh, Ben Horsfall coming home eighth, Katie Stahl coming home ninth, and Ruth Fells coming home 10th. A feature number 2, Dylan Reilly with the win, up 5 spots. Brad Stahl up 6 spots to get second. Perry Kessel up 4 spots to get third. Landon Bruce will finish fourth. Dalton Fells finish fifth. Nolan Lurch will finish sixth. Ruth Fells will finish seventh, up 3 spots. Tom Kessel finished eighth. Ben Horsfall finished ninth. Katie Stahl finished 10th. And Landon Johnson will round out the field. EcoMods, Skylar Hovey picks up the win. Good way to cap off the season for him. Brent Schwark up 2 spots to get second. Alex Kelsch will get third. Dawson Keebler will get fourth, up 2 spots. Colin Jones will finish fifth. Ryan Halverson up 1 spot to get sixth. Scott Pons will finish seventh. Finn Lease out of Maiden Ridge, Wisconsin will finish eighth. Ty Masaru ninth, and Tanner Noose will finish 10th. Mason City results. The USRA Hobby Stocks Joshua Munson will pick up the win, up 5 spots. Colby Gopel will come home second. Gavin Bartel will come home third. Parker Anderson will come home fourth, up one. Scott Doble will come home fifth, up seven. Oliver Monson will come home sixth, up two. Carter Coop will come home seventh. Brandon Sher will come home eighth, up five. And Jacob Monson will come home ninth, up one. And Zach Smith will round out the top 10. Taylor Skauge picks up yet another win in the B mod. Ben Modry will come home second, up 5 spots. 8 spots. Mike and Iverson will come home third, up 3 spots. Clay Beamer will come home fourth. Jake Richards will come home fifth, up two. Ashton Pankow will come home sixth. Trevor Fecht will come home seventh, up 6 spots. Dale Schwaman will come home eighth. George Norman will come home ninth, and Zach Tannehill will come home 10th. USRA stock car results look like Travis Shipman will pick up the win, up 5 spots. Braden Brower will come home second, up 3 spots. Jesse Brown will come home third. James Hollitz will come home fourth, up four. Sam Hoffman will come home fifth, up 6 spots. Andrew Borka will come home sixth. Cody Fritschards out of Nashville, Iowa, will come home seventh. Todd Staley will come home eighth. Brady Williamson will come home ninth. And Blake Cole will round out the top 10. Nick Murgic picks up the USRA Modified win out of Rosemount, Minnesota, up 9 spots. The Dice Man will come home second. Tyler Grooms out of Trenton, Missouri, will come home third. Alex Williamson out of Rushford will come home fourth, up four. Al Hana will come home fifth, up 7 spots out of Clear Lake. Jaden Larson out of Mankato will come home sixth. Parker Anderson will come home seventh. Landon Volkman will come home eighth. Todd Steinhardt will come home ninth. And Ben Stockton will come home 10th. Now let's get into Rev It Up's power rankings for this week. For the USRA Modifieds, it looks like Nick Murgic at number 1, Harley Dice at number 2, Alex Williamson will be at number 3, Jacob Blease will be 4, Jim Chisholm will be 5, Landon Volkman will be 6, Keith Foss will be 7, Zach Brown will be 8th, Blake Arndt 9, and Brian Shaw will round out the top 10 in the Rev It Up power rankings for the A Modified. For the B mods, it will be Mike and Iverson at number 1. Taylor Skauge at number 2. He was number 1 last week. Jet Sorensen at number 3. Jamie Hiller at number 4. Noah Grinstead at number 5. Dale Schwaman at number 6. Clay Beamer at number 7. Riley Grinstead at number 8. Hunter Kenny number 9. And Christopher Dino in the 98D will be in the number 10 spot. Stock car power rankings looks like Travis Shipman in the 87 at number 1. Brady Williamson will be number 2. Braden Brower will be number 3. Casey Kelsch will be number 4. Jacob Blease 5. Kyle Falk 6. Kelly Shryock 7. Braden Jerry 8th. And Taylor Dolan will be 9th. And it will be number 10, Derek Green. Rev It Up's power rankings for the hobby stocks. Parker Anderson at number 1, Dakota Koenig at number 2, Jason Newkirk number 3, Joshua Munson at number 4, Gavin Bartel number 5, Luke Schluter number 6, Oliver Munson number 7, Jacob Munson at number 8, Kata Helly number 9, and at number 10 will be Scott Spilly in the 18 car. Don't forget this week in the state of Iowa, big racing week if you're a late model fan. You have the Castro Flow Racing Night in America just down the road at Mason City, as well in Marshalltown. And the World of Outlaws this weekend will be at Maquoketa. Get out there and support your local racetrack as always. And you've been listening to Rev It Up.